All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to this training this evening. The title of this training is How to Use Zoom, OBS Studio, and EasyWorship to hold your services and stream this service live, either on Facebook or YouTube, or if there is time, I may show you how to stream both on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Or perhaps I'll just tell you the services that can provide you that kind of service, so to say. So the reason we are having this training is because of what is going on now in the world. We are all aware of the COVID-19 lockdown here, lockdown there. Large gatherings are not allowed. Churches are like shut down, and everybody is reverting um, to having online services. But I got to find out, I realized that there are some churches that um, this situation caught unawares, so they couldn't really put together equipment to enable them to have live services. They couldn't put together the things that will enable them to have live services where their members can connect to them from anywhere. So I thought it is wise to actually help us to know that we can still have these live services even if we don't have those expensive equipment. We can still have these live services as the case may be. So it is very good that we are having this training, and I want to welcome you to this training. My name is James Ogunremi. I how will I put it now? I'm a pastor and a youth minister as well. I'm also a computer professional, and I also do. I'm also an IT professional. Let me put it that way, and I also handle the IT infrastructure of my church. Um, I'll just stop there so that we get into the training. I just want to quickly close a couple of things on my system because I don't want them popping up while we are having this training. I'm going to be closing some things right now. Okay, so let me close this one too. Okay, so we'll be moving straight into the training right now. Okay, let's get this in place. All right, now this content you're seeing on your screen right now are the things we'll be considering, and even more as the case may be. We'll be talking about the requirements, that's the things you require to hold your services online. We're talking about Zoom, which is one of the things that you require. We're talking about OBS Studio, which is also something you require. We're talking about EasyWorship as well. We'll be talking about organizing this service, practically. And then we'll stream to YouTube, stream to Facebook, and I'll show you how to do all that. Then, like I said, if there's time, I may show you how to stream to more than one platform simultaneously. Then I can take your questions and some answers. Okay, so going to move forward now. So the requirements, what you actually require for um, this live streaming or holding your services online depends on the kind of service you want to hold, which we'll get into very soon. I'm going to tell us some different ways you can do it depending on what you require. This is going to determine if you're going to have to use all these that you have on the screen right now. For example, we have a laptop, which is very much compulsory that you have something like that, either a laptop or a desktop system. All right, and this recommended configuration I got, it's something that we are recommending that your laptop or your system should at least have, so that you can have a seamless experience when you are trying to stream online or when you are trying to hold your services online. Then number two are the softwares that you need. You need the OBS Studio. OBS Studio is a free open source software that you can download online and install for free on your system, and you get all the full feature of that software. Then we have EasyWorship. EasyWorship require license. You need to purchase a license for that. And EasyWorship, in holding your services online, it's an option, but it makes it, a better experience for your members. All right. Then the last one there is Zoom meeting client, which require subscription. Okay, which requires subscription. I'm going to be telling us more about that as we go on. Then a stable internet connection. It is very good that you have a stable internet connection so that you won't have what we call drop drop frames while you are streaming live. All right, very good. From anywhere, anybody connecting to a live streaming service or to a live online program need to have a good, stable internet connection. Right, I'm praying that my own internet will not do me harm this evening. All right. So the fourth thing we have there is the external display, which is required if you're using EasyWorship. External display, which can be your desktop monitor or your TV, and to connect your laptop to your TV or your desktop monitor, you need the HDMI cable or the VGA cable. And lastly, very, very optional, it's not compulsory, but I just put it there for some of us who may be, who may want to pull out video, camera, and all that, to our members, for them to see us. So that's where the camera is coming in, which your webcam or your system can stand in for you. Microphone also is optional. Your laptop should have a microphone, and that can also be there. You may not need to spend any extra cash, to get that. So we move quickly. These are sample image of the cables I talked about, the VGA cable and also the HDMI cable. Depending on the kind of connection port that your display is having, that will determine if you're going to use an HDMI cable or a VGA cable. HDMI cable is better because it gives you a higher definition image that is much more sharper and clearer than the VGA cable, right? So go next. Now, I just want to tell us about these three softwares so that we understand what they do and how they work and what we require to get them. The first one is the Zoom meeting client app, which you can download after this training. I'm going to be leaving in the description below this video some of the links that you require to download this application. So by the time we get into the practicals, you will see how you can download this application. So the Zoom is the meeting, okay, and why you require Zoom is to be able to bring all those that you have that are going to officiate in that service, together. All right, you can bring them together. Even those that are not officiating also can join. There's a particular type of service I'm going to tell us about that is required. If you're streaming to YouTube or to Facebook, you may not need everybody in your church to have the Zoom meeting link for them to join. They could just go to your YouTube page or your YouTube channel or your Facebook page, and they'll be able to join the service there and hear the preaching, hear every other thing that anybody that is officiating is saying right there. EasyWorship, like we all may know, EasyWorship is a worship presentation software. This is software that churches use, most of the churches use to present Bible verses, present songs on the screen so that, worshipers can see and sing along or read the Bible right there on the screen instead of opening their Bibles that they have on their phone or the hard copy Bible. So EasyWorship is a good tool, during your service, and it makes the service really faster and much more engaging. The OBS Studio is also the free tool that we have here, the only free software that we have here that you don't have to pay a dime for to actually um, have it installed on your system. The OBS Studio is for recording and for broadcasting your service to YouTube or to Facebook. OBS there stands for Open Broadcast Software. Open Broadcast Software. We're going to be seeing the interface very soon as we go into the actual practical. So I'll just go to the next screen. So it's now time to get our hands in the mod, where we then start the practicals. Okay, where we now start the practical. So I'm just going to head over to, let me open. So the first thing I want to show us is, excuse me. The first thing I would like to show us is I'm going to show us from the level 1. That's me giving it a name for myself. Okay, I have a level 1 service. I have a level 2 service and a level 3 service. A level 1 service will only require you to have just audio only. Your members connect, they listen, and they can also contribute. Level 2 will also have you doing both audio and video like that. The level 3, which I may say is the ultimate, is where you have the audio, video, EasyWorship coming in, then you streaming live to YouTube, you streaming live to to Facebook and any other social media platform. Apologies, please. Any other social media platform that you may want to stream to. Even if you have a website, yes, you can also stream to your website. So that's level 3. So we're going to look at the first level, how that is done. But first, before we look at the first level, I would like to show you how you can get these softwares for yourself. All right, we're going to show us how we can get these softwares for ourselves. So I'm just going to do this. Okay, so we are on the browser right now. First software, which is the free software that I want us to look at, is OBS. So you can go to Google. On Google, just type in OBS. I just choose this autocomplete that says OBS Studio. Choose OBS Studio. It comes up here. Click on this, or you can simply click on download, since that's where you're going to. So let's click on download. So here you can see that this OBS Studio is compatible with Windows, is compatible with Mac, and also with Linux. All right. So if we scroll down, we are using Windows, so we're going to be downloading the version for Windows. We're going to be downloading the version for Windows. So here, if I click on download, it's going to download this software to my system, and then I can run the installation file and install it. I'm probably going to be having another video soon on how to install the OBS Studio on our system. And then you can also look at the configurations and other things that we may be required to do, to get this software on our system. So if you click on this download installer, it will download to your system, and then you can install it, and it's for free. It's not it's not paid software at all. Okay, so I'll go to the next tab. Here I'm going to look for EasyWorship. EasyWorship, go to their website. So you can also go straight to software download, and then so that it opens for you the download page. So to get EasyWorship, you just click on this link here. It will take you to where you're going to download the EasyWorship. Let me click on it. See, it takes me here, and yeah. So you have this button here that downloads the EasyWorship software. So, but this one that you'll be downloading is going to be like a trial version. You're going to see a watermark on the screen when you are projecting your Bible passages or your songs to the screen. So quickly, I'm going to move to the, okay, this screen now. I'm going to look for Zoom. Zoom's website is easy actually, but let's just search for it. Okay, so again, for Zoom, also have a download tab. You can click on download straight up, and then this is the first thing you download. This is the first one. Don't bother yourself about the rest, but download this particular one, the first one on the list. You download it. Now, downloading Zoom is even the secondary thing to do when you want to get Zoom. The first thing you need to do is to create an account. Okay, I have an account already that I've created, and I've also paid for it. So if we go to pricing for Zoom, I think I need to check the pricing for EasyWorship as well, so that we have an idea of what it is. So if you go to pricing for Zoom, you see you have a free package. This free package can host up to 100 participants, one-on-one meeting, unlimited one-on-one meetings, meetings that have more than 2 people. We have this limitation of 40 minutes. So you don't want to do that for your church service, because church service most times go beyond 40 minutes. Someone can even be like 40 minutes. So you don't want to use this free service. So you want to go to the Pro package, which also allows you for 100 participants. If you need more participants, you can put it there. If you have more than 100 members in your church, you can see on the screen we have 5,000 participants. 500 participants. We have 1,000 participants as well. If you want more than 1,000, then you need to call them so that they can make that available for you. So here there's no time limit. You can have your meeting forever here, and there will be no time limit at all. Okay, so for EasyWorship, let's check. I think I should be able to check where the pricing is. Okay, let me just go back. Let's go back to where we are. Let's go to their website. So the new version out there is the version 7. Okay, if you click on buy now, I think that should show us the price. So for EasyWorship, you can purchase a monthly package for $15 every month. $15 every month. If you're going to pay monthly, if you are paying monthly, it's going to be $18 every month. If you are paying yearly, it's going to be $15 every month, and for yearly, it's going to be $180 per year. Okay, and then you also have a perpetual license, which is this one-time purchase, which is approximately $500. If you can afford that at a go, you can go for that license. Okay, all right. So that is basically the summary of the 3 softwares that are involved in this training. Those are basically the summary that we have. So we are going to go into the first thing. Like I said, level 1. We're going to go into level 1. On level 1, we're going to see how we can hold our services without having to what's it called now? Get all the gadgets and equipment. Those big cameras, big mixers, everything, sound mixers, video mixers, and all that. We're going to look at how that can also be done easily, right from our sitting room, or right from our bedroom, right from wherever we may be. So quickly, I'm going to go again to show you how you create a first level what's it called now, service. The first thing first, for any of these things that we want to do, combining Zoom, OBS, and EasyWorship together, we need to ensure that we create a meeting in Zoom. We need to ensure that we create a meeting in Zoom. When we create the meeting in Zoom, that's the link that everybody that is going to be officiating will be using to officiate as the service go on. So I'm going to open the screen again for us to see here we can do Zoom. So like I said, I already have an account with Zoom. I'm just going to try to log into my account quickly. Let me see if I can do that. So I'm trying to log into my account. So let me just go to their website straight up. So I come here. Just give me a minute. So this is the Zoom website. As you can see, this is a website. So you come to sign in here, and then you click on sign in. When you click on sign in, you have to type in your email address. I have my email address here already entered for me, and I have okay, my password. I'm going to type it in. So I'm signing in now. All right, so I'm in my account. To schedule a meeting for myself or for my church, I have to click on meetings. And of course, I have a couple of meetings already scheduled here for my church. Okay, so if once you have created your account and you've made payments or so, and you want to schedule the meeting, this is exactly how you're going to log in to it if you're not using the client app. I'm also going to show us the client app as well that is installed on my system. So, but on their website to do this, you will just click on schedule a meeting. When you click on schedule a meeting, it brings out this box for you, and you type in the title of the service. If it's Sunday service, just simply type in Sunday service. Okay. And if it's Bible study, you can type in your Bible study. Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever kind of service that you're doing, you type it in there. Description is very optional. You can put in, you select a date. Example, I want to do a test, so it's going to be today. I'll leave it at 7 o'clock. Okay, you can always set the date that matches the time of your service. But I want to do a test now, so I'm going to leave it at 7 o'clock p.m. How long is it going to be? I usually set it at 2 hours. Okay, not like if it's beyond 2 hours, it's going to cut. No, it's not going to cut, but it's just, to have an idea of how long the meeting is going to last. I've preset my time zone to West Africa, which Nigeria belongs. If it's going to be a recurring meeting, of course, like your Sunday service is a recurring meeting, you can select this, but I'm not going to do that now. There are options there. How long, how many times, how does it reoccur? Is it weekly? You put it there. If it's a monthly program, you put it there. So, but I'm not going to do that here. So I'm just going to, if you select weekly, this is what it's going to give you. Select the particular day that you want the service to happen. Okay, but I'm not going to do all that. So I'm going to uncheck this right now. Registration is not required for your service because you want everybody to participate. Both your members and those that are not even your members should be able to participate in your service. So you leave every other thing as it is. I usually set this to off so that whenever anybody is connecting, the video doesn't turn on automatically. I set it to off. Also, this place, I leave it to both so that in case anybody wants to join, maybe by their telephone, by dialing into a particular number, which most of us may not really want to do because it's going to sap your credit, all right? And computer audio, so I leave it at both as it is. The meeting option, under meeting option, I ask you to mute all participants once they join. You don't want a situation whereby somebody is joining and then everything is going haywire, is going all up and down, all around like that. You don't want to have that kind of experience at all. So you're going to want to ask everybody's mic to be muted, automatically. So that's what we're going to do. Waiting room, I wouldn't advise you enable that. So we're going to disable it so that once anybody tries to join, they join automatically. If you enable the waiting room, you have to be admitting everybody one after the other. You leave, if you want to record the meeting, which I usually do, you can click on record and record it on your computer so that you can have access to it almost immediately. You don't have to spend data trying to download it from the cloud any longer. So you can leave record as it is, but I'm not going to record this because it's a test. So leave this alternative host because you are the only host here. You have only one host. So you click on save. So once you click on save, your meeting is scheduled and is saved. So pay attention to this. You need to copy this link that you see. This is the particular link you will share with everybody that is officiating. But for the level 1 kind of church service, which is very easy, you share this link with everybody in your church, all members of your church. So you need to copy the link, okay, and then you can send it out to your members so that they can have it. And once it's time for the meeting, they'll be able to join the meeting. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to send this to someone so that I can also do the test for us so that we understand how it works. So I'm sending that out to somebody now. Okay, so that person will be joining the meeting very shortly. I'm also going to be joining the meeting on my phone so that we see how it works. Okay, so I'm going to have to turn on my Zoom right now so that I can show you the Zoom app itself. So I'm going to bring it to the screen like very shortly. So here we have the Zoom app on the system. Okay, as you can see, because I'm logged in, you can see the Sunday service here. So once this is on the platform, on the on your meeting app, which is Zoom, you can then start the meeting once it is time. You just click on this start button, or if you're doing it from the web browser, you can simply go ahead and just click start meeting from here. Once you do that, your meeting will start. If I click this now, my Zoom app on my desktop, on my laptop rather, will pop up. So I'm going to click this right now. So I'm going to be asked to open Zoom. I say open. So you can see my Zoom app has popped up, and the meeting is trying to load. It's loading on my other screen, sorry. So I'm going to just join. Let me see if I can move it. So okay. This is it here. I'm going to move another thing to the screen. Okay, so you have this option presented to you. So you should just click on join with computer audio. Okay, so that you can hear what people are saying and people can also hear what you're saying during the service. So I've joined using computer audio right now. Let me minimize this. I'm going to reduce the screen size of this a little so you can see what we have below. So below here, you can see that my mic here is muted automatically because of the option I selected while I started the meeting. And if I want to show video, I can show video. I'm not sure I'm ready to show video right now, though, but I can show video, all right? And here, you can see that I have 2 people on this meeting, which means this is probably a member of my church, and this is me. So I'm going to use my phone also to join so that we have 3 of us on the service. Okay, just give me a minute. I'm trying to just get my phone to join the meeting. Okay, where's this stuff? Okay, so I'm going to be joining now with my phone. Okay, so my phone is about to join the meeting. So my phone is joining. I'll use call audio. So that's my phone there. I've joined with my phone right there, and if I am the organizer of the service, as it will usually be, I have to unmute myself. Okay, I'll mute myself. Welcome everybody to the meeting. Blah 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 like that. But let me mute it so that I don't get feedback. So everybody now joins the meeting. Okay, and I believe before now you must have had your program schedule already distributed to people, to those who are officiating. So once it's their time, for example, the person taking the opening prayer, once it's time for the service, the person will has connected. Once it's time for opening prayer, maybe it's 8 a.m. in the morning, the person will just have to unmute his or her microphone, or myself as the host can unmute that person. Okay, so the person can then speak up and then start the opening prayer, while every other person listening in on this will be able to hear the opening prayer and respond with their mics muted, so that you don't get a rowdy kind of service. Okay, a rowdy kind of. So when the person that is doing the opening prayer finishes, it's expected that that person will mute his or her microphone. So whoever is taking the next item on the service will then unmute their own microphone and then take it until you get to whoever is taking the whoever is taking the message also then unmute his or her microphone and then will speak out like that. So this is level 1 way of holding your service online. Okay, it's level 1 way of holding your service online. If you, I know you're going to be asking if you can do praise worship. How do you do praise worship? Because you don't have, a very good sound system wherever you are, and internet may actually mess you up if you're not careful, when the sound may not really be good, going to everybody out there. However, there's a way around it. You can actually play a song from your system, okay, and allow everybody in the service to hear that song, sing along in their respective locations, in their rooms, in their sitting rooms, wherever they are, in their cars, wherever they are, really, they can listen to the song. It could be worship song, it could be praises, whatever it is, you can actually, get them to listen. And how do you do that? So I'm going to quickly show us. You're going to open your music app, whatever app you're using for music on your system. I'm going to open Groove, because I think that's what comes with my operating system. So when I open Groove, let me bring it to this screen right now. So this is Groove. This is the music app. So before I start to play this music, there are a couple of things I need to do on Zoom. So I want us to pay very good attention to this. So I'll go back to Zoom. Okay. I need to share the sound coming from my laptop, with everybody in the service, so that once I'm playing the music, everybody in the service is able to hear what I'm playing. They're able to sing along. So how do I do that? What you do, you come to this screen share, you click on this icon here. Oh, sorry. So you just click on the screen share. Okay, it comes up with this all different kind of screens that you have, windows you have opened on your laptop. All right. So, but you click on advanced. Okay, come to advanced, and you see this option that says music or computer audio, computer sound actually. Music or computer sound. So you just select it and you come down here and click on share. So once I do that, this icon appears. That blue icon that looks like speaker appears. If I start playing any music right now, everybody connected to the service will hear the music that I'm playing. Okay, so that can stand in for praise worship if you want everybody to really enjoy, the service musically. So you can stand for praise worship, and people are going to sing and dance, as they hear the sound. And it's actually quite loud. And then, so don't bother yourself about increasing any volume from your end at all. It's quite loud. So I'm going to stop sharing the sound right now. So another thing that is also going to be a question, or that might be a question for you, is how do people then give their offering? Okay, how do they give their offering? The way to do that is whoever is handling this section of for offering will have to then announce that it's time for offering. Then the display of the church's account number goes on the screen. All right, display the church account number on the screen. So how do you do that? Of course, you can see this icon here that says share screen. Okay, if I click on it, it's going to come up here again. I'll go back to basic. So I must have created maybe a PowerPoint presentation or a photo or something that has the church account number on it. So I'll just scroll to look for that particular screen. You can show more screen here. For example, if I'm going to do this as the screen having the church account number where people can then transfer their offerings into, I'll just click on it and then click on share. Once I click on share, it appears on the screen. So everybody in the service will be able to see the church account number and see what is going on. Same thing you can also do when you are passing out information about maybe an announcement for a program. You can enter the details there. You can display handbills and all that on there, just like that. So I'm going to leave this meeting running. So that is it about the level 1 meeting. Level 1 meeting. For level 2 meeting, give me a moment. Okay, for level 2, the difference between when you get to level 2, that's where you then have to, share your video with your members. So whoever that is handling a section then shares their video and unmute their microphone, and then whoever is on the service or in the service will be able to see who is talking. So for example, I could come here and choose my webcam, which is this guy here, so that I'll be sure that that's the webcam I want to use. And I hope I'm looking good. Okay, so I'm just going to click on start video. Okay, and once I click on start video, you're going to have my video, my face showing to everybody in the church, wherever they are. And once I do this is giving me a speaker view. I can change it into so everybody is going to see me here. Sorry, I'm looking up because my second screen is up there, so bear with me. So if someone else is talking, for example, I'm going to pick my phone. So if on my phone, the next person that's supposed to handle the service is now my phone, okay? On my phone, for me, after I'm done with what I'm doing, I'm going to stop my video. So the next person who is taking the next session will then start their own video. Okay, as you can see, started the video. People can see me. All right, if it's a real service, people will be able to see me, and they will be able to hear what I'm saying and who is saying something. So this is just the level 2 service that brings video to everybody in the service. They're able to see who is who and who is talking. Okay, so level 3 is where we have the technical things coming in. Now for level 1 and level 2, you can still stream live. Okay, if you look below here, I'll click on this small button below, and you see option to stream live to Facebook. Okay, live on Facebook workplace or something. Then live on YouTube as well. So you can stream live to YouTube and Facebook without using OBS. Okay, OBS is a complex part of this, which really brings all the jazzes, the whole gymnastics into everything together for people to see. All right. So if I click on this now, it's going to ask me for the Facebook login details and all that. Which account do I want to stream to and all that. So once I do that, the people on your Facebook page, probably on your church Facebook page, will be able to see that you are now live on Facebook. They won't appear on your participant list here, but they will be participating over there. Okay, so that works for more of I would say a level 2, level 1 as well, yeah. But it depends on how you want to hold your service. If you only want those that are officiating, like I said previously, to have opportunity to speak, that you don't want any feedback from church members or from those viewing you, you can just share the link only with those who are going to officiate. I mean the Zoom link, this particular link that you're seeing here. You can share it with just the officiating ministers or officiating workers alone. Okay, so every other church member can then connect to your Facebook page and participate in the service, or you share with everybody, let everybody else come in here and participate, provided everybody have their microphones muted and their webcam, shut off, so that it doesn't scatter the way the service is going. Okay, so it's possible you zoom your level 1 church service to Facebook or YouTube. It's possible you stream your level 2 services also to Facebook or YouTube. So we are about, before I go further, I just want to check if there's any question here. If somebody is asking if it's only the host that can share screen and sound. I think it's the participant also can share screen, but you can't have 2 people sharing screen at the same time. Only one person is able to share screen at a time. The participant also can share their screen, and I think they can also share their own sound as well. And even you can also make somebody else a host. You are the original host. You can also make somebody else a host. For example, if we go back to our screen, yeah, we are there already. I can make this person here, okay, this Shade here, a host. I'll click on more and I'll say make host. Then I'll click on yes here. So automatically, that member of your church will then be the host. So as you can see, the host indicator is now in front of Shade. It's no longer in front of my own name. Okay? So you can make people host like that. Now I cannot make anything host. So now that I'm a participant, let me even check, can I share computer sound, so that we get this straight. So I come to advanced. Of course, yes, I can also share my computer sound even as just a participant. There, I can share my screen. You can see that we have that option also opened. So how do you now reclaim host? How do you become the host again? You come to this place here, this small icon here. I hope you can see. And then choose the second option that says reclaim host. So that way I become the host again. And I can also do any other thing to anybody. Another thing you need to take note of is that as the host, you can unmute everybody and you can also mute everybody. So in case somebody's microphone is on, you can actually mute that person or unmute the person. Okay, so we'll leave this meeting running because we're going to use it for the level 3 to also show you what is going to happen in level 3. So I'm going to go to OBS. So this is the interface for OBS, as you can see. Let me just check if there are any questions. I hope I've answered that question from Mr. Olabode Olatokun. So that's the answer to your question. I'm trying to check if I have any other question. Okay, I think we're good to go. So we'll go back to OBS. Get back to OBS right now. So we are in OBS now. So OBS is, like I said, the broadcasting software. People that you see broadcast live, most of them use OBS. And there are other broadcasting software that you have out there. There is vMix, there is Wirecast, there is Streamlab OBS. It's also built upon OBS technology, but has some nice features that you may really want to use. I'm actually using Streamlab right now, Streamlab OBS, to show you to stream this training live. Okay, so that because I can't be showing you something in OBS and also still be streaming from OBS Studio Live. Okay, so that's why I'm using another software for streaming it to you, and then while I can still show you what is happening on OBS. So this is OBS Studio, and as you can see, at first, when you install OBS, this is how the screen will look like. You're not going to have it like you saw it before. But I love to have it in that studio mode. So to make it studio mode, where you have your selection and then your live view. The live view is what everybody sees. So you click here, say studio mode. All right. So I have my preview and I have the program here, which is the live view, which is what everybody will be seeing when you are broadcasting live. So how do we then combine Zoom, EasyWorship, and OBS together to have a wonderful church service, as if we're actually in church? And this is how you do it. I want us to pay keen attention here, because it's very important that we pay attention here and understand what we are doing here. This is where it gets technical, really. I'm not trying to scare you. It's simple. Just pay attention to it. Before I start, let me see. I think I have some more questions. Okay. I said, if you are interviewing someone else to the church, if you are interviewing someone else to the church members, you see your screen and the person's screen be visible, church members. Okay, if I understand that question well, you mean if you are interviewing someone during the church service, yes, both of you can turn on your video and the church members will see your video at the same time. They will see both videos at the same time. You'll be able to see yourself. The person who is the interviewer and the guest who is being interviewed can share their video at the same time, and you'll be able to see that video. Okay, that question is from Precious Philip. I'm looking at the question from Stephen Olushola Oladepo. He said, if I can share directly to Facebook and YouTube live via Zoom, why do I need OBS? So that is what we are going to see now. Why you need OBS is what we're going to see now. That's why I call the OBS, combination of the OBS with Zoom with, what's it called now? EasyWorship is the level 3. Okay, that's the level 3. So I'm going to show us what that is now. So back to OBS. Okay, so on OBS, let me just show you around OBS, because this is your menu, this is your preview stage, this is your live view stage, and these are transitions. Whichever transitions you want to use, you can use to fade from here to here. Currently, this is the transition I have here. And these are your scenes. I'll explain what scenes are. And these are your sources. I'll also explain what sources are. This is your audio mixer. Right now, I've muted both my desktop and audio. I'll explain that to you later. Scene transition, don't worry about that. Here is where you either start recording or you start streaming. Okay, but before you start streaming, to YouTube or Facebook, you need to set your stage. You need to set your scene. You need to set all those things and ensure that they are looking good and they are appearing very well. Okay, so I'm going to be starting from scratch. I want you to pay attention right now, because this is where it gets interesting. This is where it gets very interesting. The level 1 and level 2 that I've showed you, anybody can do it. But this level 3, you need to know what you're doing. Okay, you need to know what you're doing. You are the control room for the service. You are the control room for the service here. So I'm going to start by telling you what scene 1 is. So scene 1 is like you saying page 1 or thereabout. Yeah, maybe page 1 of a book. And you know, on that page 1, on that book, you could have things like pictures, texts, and you know, a host of other things that you may want to put on that page, you know, for people to see. So that is scene 1. You can add another scene like what we're going to do very soon here. So for scene 1, I would like to rename scene 1 to something else, because before a service starts, of course, you want to have something on the screen, you know, maybe your church logo, your church information, some information about the service, you know, anything at all, or about the program that you are having at all. At the beginning of this show, you see that I displayed just my the title of this training, actually, to everybody to see. So also you can actually create something that people will see when the service has not started yet. Okay, so that when people log in, they can see those things, and that can be done maybe 5 minutes to the start of the service. You can put that up for people to see, so that they know that, okay, this service is about to start. So you could have I'm going to just name it what name will I give it? Just give it a name like about to start. Okay, I'll just give it that name, about to start. There, that's the so I'll give it that name, about to start. Bring this here. Sorry, display changed a little. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to get something done properly. Okay, cool, got it. So I name it about to start. Now, once I've created this screen right now, I have to add sources to it. Sources are the things that are on the scene, on each of the scenes that you have. So to add a source, you have to click on this plus sign that is here. There's a plus sign below here. Click on it. These are the different kinds of sources you can add: audio input, capture, audio output capture, browser, color source, display capture, game capture, image slideshow, you know, and so on like that. I'm not able to explain all this to you right now in this training. I'll probably do a training on OBS some other time, so that can help us to understand what all these do. But what I want to display right now, what I want to put on this what's it called now, scene right now, is an image. So I select image source. You can give it a name, maybe you can give it any name. Let me give it about to start service. It doesn't have to be this long a name, okay, but I'm just doing that for this training. About to start service. Usually I don't even name all these things, but it's always a good idea to name them, so that you know which is which and what is what. So I'll click OK. You leave this as is, leave everything as they are. Click OK, and it brings you here. Here you have to then select the particular image you want to display. So you click on browse. When you click on browse, you now have to browse to wherever your image is stored. So I have this here, and I have let's say this is the image I want to put there. And I click open. The image is there. Okay, as you can see here, is already on the preview page. So I then click OK. So this image is here right now. Live stream starts shortly. You know, this can be your church logo or something. You can design anything that you want to design for yourself, you know, and it is going to be usable. Just make sure the size are okay. as the case may be. Okay, so we have to create another scene. Okay, to create another scene, you then need to choose this plus sign. You know, for sources we chose this plus sign here, but for scenes we'll choose this plus sign. Okay, now you can give it, of course, any name that you may want to give it here. So because I want to use EasyWorship as well, so I'm going to make this EasyWorship. No, I'm not doing EasyWorship here. I can make it let's say main service page. Main service page. Okay, so something like that, because there's going to be a lot of other things that will be on this particular page, as in this particular scene actually. So then you come to the sources. Now in these sources, let me just create other scenes that I have as well, that I need, because I'm going to also create the EasyWorship scene here, just in case I may need it. The EasyWorship. I'll do EasyWorship there. So I'll just leave that there for now. I may come back to it. So the main service page here right now, we add source to capture because before I add source, let me just do this. We want a page where we can show the video of whoever is talking, right? Whoever is speaking at that moment. Okay, so you need to create that page here right now that will take in the video display from Zoom and put it right in here. You understand? So that's what we want to do right now. So I'm going to click on the plus sign here, and I'm going to choose display capture. No, sorry, window capture. Here, I'm going to choose window capture, and I can name this Zoom, and I'll click OK. So it's going to try to look for which window I want to capture. Like you can see now, this is Streamlab OBS that I'm using to broadcast live to you right now. So I'll look for Zoom meeting. Let me see if this is it. Yeah. So you can see this is the Zoom window capture right now. So I'll click OK. Now you can see that you have it it has gone so much, across the stage. You're not seeing everything here. Okay. Now, before you do that, before we come back here, let's go back to Zoom. I'm going to start a video on Zoom quickly. Where are you? Where's my Zoom? Okay, found it. So I'm just going to start a video on my video on Zoom. Okay. So don't mind me, my wife is at the back there. So I'm starting this video on Zoom right now. I want to change this view actually. Review. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at this though. But the problem I'm going to be having is, sorry, just want to do something in video. Yeah. This is what I'm looking for. So I've pinned this video right now. Let me come back to OBS quickly. So I'm on OBS right now. I hope you can see my screen. Let me just check to ensure that you're seeing my screen. Okay, cool. Okay, so on OBS, I need to, it's like this thing is frozen, sort of. Sorry, just need to check this. Sorry, I'm having like difficulty with this right now. Let me just we add it back again. Possible you have that kind of scenario. Okay, so I think this is the one that will work. Then I'll select that Windows graphics. Nice. So this is it. So in case you come across that problem, that's how you will do that. So I have this here now showing my video that I've pinned down. So, and I think I can expand it. Okay, I can expand this right now. If you want to crop, maybe you don't want some of the things around here to show, you have to press the Alt button on your keyboard, and then you crop it. As you can see, you crop it, press down the Alt button, then you crop it. Because I don't want the name to show below, I can crop, sorry, I'll crop that as well out. So I can have the face of the person who is leading showing. Okay, so I can resize this whichever way I want to resize it. Now, there's something I want to show us. As you can see, you are operating on a black screen. You can make it, blow up that it will cover the entire screen. But let's make this screen interesting. You understand? Let's make it interesting. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come back to my sources here. And I'm going to add another source. So I'm going to add another source for image here. I'm going to just name it background. So click OK. Then you search for the image you want to use again. Appears I have to go into some of my other folders where I know I have some images I can use. Let me see if I can get something here. Let's just use this image. Okay. So I have this image right now. You can see it has covered the entire screen, the entire page. So how do we? First thing we need to do, we need to ensure that this image fits in well on our preview page. Okay. So what you do to do that is you right click on the image on this page, you come to transform, and then you choose fit to screen. When you do that, the image fits to the screen. You can see OBS highlighting that there's something in the background. Now, your sources, whatever is on top, covers every other thing in the background. Okay? So what we're going to do here, because we still want the video to show, we're going to drag this background below the Zoom video. See, voila. So you can see that I'm showing right now here. Okay, you can play around this as you like. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do that I want to do on this page is let me check if my okay, I'm going to have to move this screen away from here to somewhere else. Okay, so just give me a minute. I'm going to resize it again so that it fits into the screen. Okay, cool. So now we want to then bring EasyWorship into play here. We want to bring EasyWorship into play. I'm going to have to minimize every other thing I have on this page. So to bring EasyWorship into this place right now, we need to add another source. Another source. So I'll click on source. Then this time around, I'll be using display capture. Now, this is why it's important you have another extra display, because you want to use EasyWorship. If it was the older version of EasyWorship, we'll be using a source called NDI, but the older version allows you to use that NDI stuff, which is Network Display Interface. That's what I think that's what NDI means. So, but for this particular training, what we're going to be using is the display capture. Okay, so I'm going to change this name. I'm just going to put EasyWorship in front of it. EasyWorship display. Okay, capture. So I'll then click OK. So here I'll have to look for sorry, the display 2. You can see this is my display 1. So I'm going to choose display 2. And this is EasyWorship already displaying on the display 2, which could be your extra monitor or your TV. So I'll just I don't want to capture cursor there. So I'll uncheck that. So I'll just do OK. As you can see again, it has also covered the entire screen. Okay, so what we would do here is that we have to resize the EasyWorship. So we have to resize EasyWorship. Let's bring this, click on this knob here and just resize, drag. Okay, don't mind this, I have to move this guy away from here. Okay, all right, I'm moving it away from there so it doesn't appear on your EasyWorship. That's the zoom video that we are looking at. So I'll just resize this again to what I want and resize it to whatever you want. The problem here is that I configured EasyWorship to be one touch. So let me just change the sorry, I'm just changing the theme configuration for that so that we don't have it at lower third. Looking for the one with the black background. No. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this done. Trying to look for a good background that can fit in. I think this should do actually. So let's see, has it changed over there? Okay, it has changed, but I'm not sure I like what I'm seeing. Still so small. Give me a moment. Let me just get that also changed from EasyWorship. Scriptures. So if I do the scriptures, it takes. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to ensure that we get a good display of what we have on EasyWorship there. Most of the things I'm seeing here is one touch. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use this for now. So I'm just going to use this for now, just for the purpose of this training. Ordinarily, it's supposed to have, what's it called now? It's supposed to be black background or something much more better than what you are seeing here. Okay, but if you're going to do this way, you can have your scriptures coming up here like this. So another way would be you don't display your scriptures here, okay, because of this old gymnastics that EasyWorship may not allow to happen easily. Okay, so I can go ahead and take out this EasyWorship from here. I'll delete it. So, and that's why I said I have this here for myself. So what I'm going to do here, I'm now going to add it as a source here, display capture. I can name it again as EasyWorship. EasyWorship, and then click OK, and click OK. Then select display 2, which will give me this. So I can then right click to auto fit the item on the page, fit to screen. So it gives me this. Okay, so for here, I can come here. I can even decide to take this out if I feel it's giving me too much work. I can decide to take out the background. Okay, how do you do that? You can click on this I button, this I button here that looks like I. So that takes it away. Then I can then select this my video and then make it also to auto fit to the screen. Okay, can expand if I want, so that I cover these black areas, which is what I'm going to try to do. Okay, so this right now, it's not bad, I believe. The setup is not bad right now. So when your pastor calls a verse out, you just click the easy worship, okay, and then you transition to the live view. Okay, so let's assume a service is going on. As I'm talking, the pastor also is talking, is preaching and all that, and the pastor calls out a verse. You know, what you have here, this is the live view that everybody is expected to be seeing. Okay, and here you have your easy worship selected already, ready for the verse. Excuse me, ready for the verse that the pastor is going to call. So it is good to have the easy worship app opened also, maybe on one part of your screen, so that you can easily type the so that you can easily type in the particular verse and then display almost immediately the pastor calls that verse. So for example, if a pastor calls a verse and you want to change it, you quickly change it from easy worship. Okay, you can change it from easy worship and then transition immediately to the next to the live view. All right, so that people can see that when the pastor is done, you transition back, clicking on this transition button. Okay, something wrong with my easy worship, but don't worry. Once you get that configured properly, it's going to be appearing well. So but that's how you transition from easy worship to the video coming from Zoom. Okay, and what appears here is what everybody will see. You can transition back, you know, back and forth like that. So now we've set up our stage. Okay, we want to then do broadcasting to YouTube so that every other person can join in the service and see what we are seeing and what we are projecting out there. Okay, so that's what we are going to do now. But before that, let me just check out some questions that may have arisen from all this that I've been doing. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go through the questions. Okay, of course, if you have questions, you can put it up. I'll just read it out. I'm sure I've answered Steven's question right now. Then I have another question. How can we get OBS software? I actually showed us at the beginning of this of the training. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put those links, how you can get OBS, how you can get as in a direct link to download OBS, direct link to download Zoom, and also easy worship in the video's description after this training. So you can always go back and check the description after the training. You see those links there. However, you can go straight to Google and just search for OBS. You will see it will come out. You see the download button there or link. Just click on it and then you'll be able to move forward. Somebody is asking, can I download after the training? Yes, you can download after this training to be available on my channel. Yeah, thank you, Shade, for answering that question for me. Okay, I have, please, can one display a PowerPoint presentation in OBS? Yes, this, what I used at the beginning of this training was PowerPoint. Okay, and I was able to display it. I'm probably going to show us how to do it later. Again, I hope I remember. Another question, if one is using a camera to take live video, can OBS be used to stream this? Yes, you can use OBS to capture your live camera. And I'm going to show you quickly what that looks like on OBS. So we'll go back to OBS now. Let's go back to OBS. All right, so I'm back on OBS now. You asked a question if you can use your camera, you know, to show whatever is seen. Okay, if you don't want to use the webcam of the system, yes, you can use your camera. So what you do, okay, you then from Zoom, let me actually show you Zoom. Uh, Zoom, I'm going to so from Zoom, before you do, let me show you Zoom. Sorry. So this is Zoom. Yeah. So from Zoom, when you connect your camera to your system, which is somehow, I don't know the type of camera you're using. Maybe it's a DSLR camera like Nikon, Canon, and all sorts. You can attach it to your system by using what we call a capture card. A capture card will help you capture the whatever your camera is seeing to your system, and it will then appear on OBS as a video input. So, but first you need to set the camera here. You can see these are all the camera sources I have here. If I connect an external camera like what's it called now, a Canon camera to this, I can easily stream what the Canon camera is seeing. But that's if I'm using Zoom. Okay, but if I'm not using Zoom, the kind of thing that you'll be using is going to be so let me get back to OBS. Okay, so the kind of stuff you'll be using, the kind of source you'll be using, I'm going to just show you, but I'm not going to add it actually. The kind of stuff that you'll be using that captures camera input is going to be where is it? Where are you? Is it video capture? Yes, it's going to be video capture. So like you can see, built-in camera, Logitech camera, capture cards, and all that. You can actually use it to capture whatever camera you have connected to your system. If your system can see the camera, then OBS will be able to also display. So you use the video capture source to do that, to capture that. Okay, I want to believe I've answered that question. So if you are using Zoom, you have to set that camera as the webcam for Zoom, so that it will then display in place of the Zoom video here. Okay, so now let's get to how we can stream from OBS live to YouTube. But first, you need to have set up your streaming details on YouTube or on Facebook. So, but what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to try to use my Facebook page to do that. I don't want to use my, okay, let me use my Facebook page to do that. Okay. So I'm just going to log on to my Facebook page. Don't worry, you see it now. So I'll move this to the other screen so that you can see what we are here. Okay, so what I'm going to then display right now is going to be so this is my Facebook page, as you can see here. I'm sure we can see it. So this is my Facebook page right now. So of course, to stream live, I select where is it, sir? Yep. So this live video option. I select live video. It brings me here. Okay. So when I get here, sorry, the page is loading. Let's allow it to load. I'm just going to block because I'm not going to use that. Okay, this is just the new producer that this guy is. So this is very important here, that you choose the right option here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose this option. Okay, because I need to use a stream key to stream to this. Hope that is the option, because this is now confusing. Okay, let me select this first. If it's not, then we may need to choose this. I need to generate the details that OBS would need, to get online. So I'll do that, and then I'll just select. Let me. Okay, you can see that now, and then I'll select done. Okay. So I need to then look for details that I need to enter into my to my OBS. This page is really new. It's unlike the old one that we usually use before. Let me see if this is where I get this information. Set up stream. Okay. Okay. So percent key. If I don't want to use percent key. So these are the stream settings that I'm looking for, I think. No, this is not it. Apologies, I need to get this. Yeah, so these are the, so live stream setup. So I need these details and these details to go into OBS for me to be able to then get online and stream. So we're going to go back to OBS quickly. So on OBS, we are going to choose settings here, because you need to set it up first. You choose settings here, and it presents you with this screen. You come to stream. Okay, you come to stream. What I have here is for YouTube that I usually use every week. So you come to stream, and then you come back to your what's it called now? Your Facebook page, and you copy the server URL that you have there. I copy the server URL, and then I come back to OBS here. I clean out whatever I have here and enter the server URL in here. Okay. Then I'll go back to Facebook again. Then I'll copy the stream key. Very important. The stream key is what identifies your current streaming that you're doing. So I'll come back here, and then this stream key you don't share with anybody. Okay, you can show to check if you're copying the right thing, but you don't share it with anybody at all. It's secret. It should be secret to you. So you then click on apply and click OK. Once you're done with that, you are set to start streaming. You are set to start streaming live. So I'm going to use this now to just put it there. So you are set to start streaming live to Facebook. So all you need to then do is to click on start streaming. So I'm going to click on start streaming now. So if we get back to Facebook, we'll see, as you can see here, we are ready to actually go live. If you look here, you see this button that says go live. So once I click on go live, I'll be live on Facebook. Service will be rolling. People can join. People can, join the Facebook service. The same thing goes for YouTube as well. YouTube also have the stream key. YouTube have somebody's even already chatting me up. YouTube also have the server URL as well. Okay, I'm just going to close that out. So that is how you get to Facebook and stream live to Facebook. The same thing applies when you are setting up for YouTube. So let me just show you how YouTube own works, how it works. So I'm just going to log on to which YouTube account do I have here? Let me see if I have this. Let me just switch account. I want to use this one. So when you are on your YouTube, you have to go to your studio, not your channel right now. You go to your studio, YouTube studio, okay? When you get to your YouTube studio, I'm just going to close this. I don't need to learn more what I'm doing. So this is your YouTube studio. When you get here, you see this icon here that says go live. You click on it. When you click on it, you have this appearing for you. Click on so instead I'll click on stream. So when I click on stream, I'll be able to create a title. Maybe I say test broadcast. Test broadcast. If I want to make it public, I leave it public so that everybody can see that I'm live. I can add a description if I want. Okay. Then what category is whatever I'm broadcasting in, I choose that category. People usually choose peoples and blogs. If I'm going to schedule for later, I'll click here and select the date and then the time that I want to schedule for. Okay, that I want to start the meeting or the show or the service. So I can upload a thumbnail, which is the image that we show there if anybody comes on looking looking to join. So they will just have this image showing on their screen instead of a blank page. You can leave all this as it is and just say create stream. When you click on create stream, okay, you need to select, sorry. So you say no. No, just say no. Okay, so that YouTube does not start listing your show under YouTube Kids. So you just say no. So you click on create stream here. So when you click on create stream, it tries to generate the details you need to enter into OBS for you. So let me just close this. It's because YouTube just launched their new YouTube studio. That's why they're having all this up for me. So as you can see here also, you have the stream key. You also have the stream URL. You can copy this and put on OBS just like I did for Facebook not quite long. You can copy this into the stream URL box and this goes into the stream key box. Once you are done copying, you can go to your YouTube and click on start streaming. Once you click on start streaming, this button will be highlighted. It's going to be a red colored button. You click on go live when you are ready to go live, but I'm not going to go live here right now. Okay, so I'll head back to OBS. I'm going to head back to OBS. Okay, so now that we're back on OBS, we've seen how to, I'm going to stop streaming now so that it doesn't take much of the bandwidth going on. You can also do recording. You can start recording immediately you start streaming so that you have a recorded copy of your show or your service on your system, which you can edit later and as well still share with everybody. So I think I've showed us as much as I want to show us to start and hold your service online. Same thing applies when you say you want to do offerings. Like I said in level 1 and level 2, the audio for this place, if you want to play sound so that people can hear, you may use this particular desktop audio option. I've muted it right now, so whatever sound my system is playing won't be heard on the live stream. But if I unmute it, whatever sound my system is playing will be broadcasted to the live stream as well. Okay, so in a case where you are not using Zoom, you can unmute this one to be able to play the music to those on the other end of your streaming. This is the microphone for the system. I've muted it right now. If I unmute it, you will see the bars going up and down. Yeah, as you can see, it's capturing the audio right now. Okay, from me. I'm going to mute it because I don't think I need that right now. So this is basically how you do Zoom, OBS, and EasyWorship to actually hold your service online. So I'm going to head back to my YouTube page to find out if we have questions so that I can, answer those questions for us before we end the training. Okay, so get back to streaming live. Yeah. So let me see. I can't get OBS or can I download it? Okay. Any other questions? Sir, do you need to install any bridge or link to connect OBS to the other softwares, or OBS automatically identifies them? Okay, so no, you don't need to have anything. In OBS, you have sources and you have, for example, this is a scene. Okay, this is a scene. This is another scene. This is the scene where I have my Zoom video. The guy has disappeared. That's because I expanded the Zoom video here. So if I minimize this right now, I'm sure it's supposed to show back. So you can quickly just do that. So I have my Zoom video back here again. So there is actually no physical connection. The only way I connected Zoom to this OBS is through the sources. So, and the source I chose for this Zoom is the window capture, okay, which will capture a particular window on your computer and then displays it here. So automatically it will appear as if you're using a camera right there. You understand? So you don't need any physical linking or something or any other configuration at all to do that. You don't need that at all. For EasyWorship as well, what I use here is the display capture. Display capture captures the screens you have. So I have a second screen, which is my display 2, and I have the EasyWorship displaying there currently right now. I can put it, I can leave it there as the case may be. Another thing you can do on with EasyWorship is that, let me see if I can quickly try that gymnastics. So I'm going to just do another display capture and put it in here, select my display 2 and have it here. So I can configure it to fit the screen. Write down the wrong thing. Let me configure it to fit the screen. Okay, cool. So this is it here. So I think one thing we can do again, you can see that it has covered the video. One thing we can do is to go to filters. So from filter, you can come here and say plus. You now select color key. Select color key and say okay. So which color do we want to deal with? I want to remove all this black background that we have. So I'll just come here and say custom color. Then I'll just select black. Okay, so if I do close, as you can see right underneath here, let me expand this video again. Underneath here, I have my EasyWorship display. So as the pastor is preaching, instead of you switching from one scene to another, you can leave it as is. You can configure this text to another color in EasyWorship. If this white is appearing too faint here, depending on the kind of background you have. So I can have this here this way, okay, and just open once a Bible verse is called. If a Bible verse is not called, you can see your display capture here, which is your EasyWorship. You can always rename it. So let me rename it here so that we know what we are doing. EasyWorship display capture. Oh, it already exists. So I have to give it another name because it's existing on the other scene. That's why. So I just say EasyWorship. I'll take all this out. EasyWorship capture. Yeah. So that is fine. So you can, what was I even saying? So you can display it on top of the video of the preacher. Okay, you can also do some, I can decide to have an overlay below here and put it under my EasyWorship, so that my EasyWorship is then having an overlay on, that is now displaying properly well. You can do all those configurations at your own time if you want. You can use an image for that actually. So here, I can switch off EasyWorship by clicking on this icon that looks like an eye. It will go off. So pastor is preaching, and is calling a Bible verse. You go to EasyWorship, okay? Go to EasyWorship, you change the verse of the Bible, and you come back to your OBS and then display easily. So on EasyWorship, as you are changing verses on EasyWorship, on your OBS, it will be changing. On your OBS, it will be changing, just like that, as you can see. Okay? As you can see. So that's how you can do that with combining OBS, EasyWorship, and Zoom all together. All right? So maybe I may organize another training for those who doesn't want to use OBS and they just want to have something that they can use to live stream on their own like that. So let me just check if I have. So once you have configured like that, you can then transition and stream live to the other screen. To those that are viewing you live. So let me check if I have any other question there. Okay, I think there's no question right now. So I have actually come to the end of everything I have for us in this training, and I want to believe it's been helpful for many of us, and I'm sure I've been able to solve some problems for some of us right now. So if you have any questions still, please let me see it in the comment section so that I can answer the question. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please subscribe so that whenever I post a video like this or come live online, you are able to see what I'm doing and you're able to view it. So I remembered somebody asking about PowerPoint. So I'm quickly going to show you how you use PowerPoint on OBS. How you use PowerPoint on OBS. I'm going to show that to you very, very quickly. So let me see. Can you still see my OBS screen? Yeah. So on OBS, what you do with PowerPoint is this. I'm going to close my PowerPoint that I have open already, so I can show you how to work with it. So first, let's go back to our other screen. Here we have my EasyWorship. So I'm just going to turn off the EasyWorship live view. So for PowerPoint, what you're going to do, you can use either display or window to capture your PowerPoint. It all depends on you. So, but what I'm going to do in OBS right now, I'm going to use display so that it's easier for me to explain to you better. So I'm going to create another scene here and say PowerPoint. So I will then come here. But first, before you do this, make sure your PowerPoint is running. So I'm going to start my PowerPoint already. So I'm starting up my PowerPoint. I'm opening the particular presentation, which is this. The presentation I used here right now is what I'm going to also use to explain to you. So I'm going to show you the other screen so that you know the settings you have to set on PowerPoint. Okay, but if you are using display capture, you don't need to do any other settings at all. So all you need to do in PowerPoint, like we have here, is to just click on this button here to start your PowerPoint live show. Click on it. So it has started. Sorry, I think my PowerPoint was configured for Windows stuff. Where are you? So let me just change the configuration here. Slideshow setup, so that it appears in full screen. So you start the PowerPoint slideshow. You have it here on that particular screen. Okay. So in OBS, let's go back to OBS. So in OBS, I've created a scene just like I created every other scene here. I named it PowerPoint. So what I'm now going to do is to come here and add a source and call it and choose the display capture source. Okay. When I choose the display capture source, I'll click OK and select the second display. Bam. So that's it. I'll right click, transform, and fit to screen. So that way I can see my PowerPoint. So I'm going to show you the second way in case you don't have a second screen, a second display a second display screen where you can use your display capture to capture what's on the screen. That sounds very funny. Okay, so I'm going to head back to PowerPoint. Let's head back to PowerPoint. So I'm going to take this out from OBS. Sorry, I'm trying to get my PowerPoint back up. So we are back to PowerPoint. I'm going to end the slideshow on PowerPoint now. Okay, so if you don't have an extra screen, this is what you do. Inside your PowerPoint, you click on slideshow and then choose slide setup. Okay, setup slideshow rather. You choose setup slideshow button and you have this appearing for you. You now change this from present by speaker. This is full screen. You come to browse by individual window. Okay, which is going to do your presentation in a window format. So you then click OK. So once you click OK, you then run your slideshow as usual. So instead of coming up in full screen, it will come up as a windowed screen.